Welcome guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is a different video than I normally do. Normally I do videos about my hair journey, or I do videos to promote my online business that I am co-owner of with my niece, which is Jazzy Love Boutique. Always need to do a shameless plug for my business. So today is Wednesday, October the 2nd. So yesterday, well, let's take it back to Monday. Monday was a normal day. I did my regular postings that I do on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for Jazzy Love Boutique. I did my postings on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And I also did some of my news articles. And as you can see, one of the things that is trending is the dock workers strike, the debate, the vice president debate, and also John Amos' death that was posted on, that was revealed, or that was reported, I should say, on October the 1st, when he actually passed on the 21st, and his daughter was just finding out along with the rest of the world. So all of those things were trending yesterday. But I had my own experience, which had me, despite of all the things that I posted, I had a scare yesterday morning. So when my partner Tyrone woke up, he normally gets up somewhere between 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. And so when his routine is, he gets up and he gets himself together and everything, and then he lets our pet out, which is Mercedes. And so if you didn't know, I am a dog mom. And so he let her out. And she usually go out, do her business or whatever, come back in, and he gives her a treat. Because I have insomnia most nights, I was just going to bed. But I was already in bed and like trying to go to sleep when he woke up. So I did hear him when he woke up. So I heard him talking to Mercedes. And I heard him say, come here, you're bleeding, right? And so that automatically put me in a panic mode, right? And I was like, she's bleeding. And I never got up. I was so tired. I never got up, but I could hear his conversation, and I joined in. He was talking to Mercedes, and I joined in, and I was like, what do you mean she's bleeding? And he was like, I can't stop the bleeding. She's bleeding all over the place, right? And I didn't know how bad it was because I did not get up. And so he was trying to, assess the situation, see why she was bleeding. And so our initial thought was that she had cut her paw and she was bleeding from her paw. But because she was in pain, she wouldn't allow him to actually examine it. So he couldn't see, he couldn't wrap it, because I was like, wrap it, whatever. And I'm in the bed still laying down and not getting up. So I don't know what's going on. But I know she's bleeding. And he doesn't panic like me, and he doesn't have anxiety like me. And so I'm still not aware of how bad it actually is. And so he said before he left, he said, well, can you call the vet as soon as they open and call me, and I am going to come back so I can take her to the vet. So of course I said okay, and he said, and make sure they check her ears, because we've noticed that she doesn't hear us when we're calling her anymore, so we believe she is deaf. Now, she, keep in mind, she is 14 years old, so she is a old biddy. So I set the alarm because I know that I'm tired, and I open up my TikTok app, because I normally at 6 a.m. I normally watch the Diamond Morning Show on TikTok, which is a talk show. And so I open that up so that I'm kind of awake, and I set the alarm for 8. I still didn't get up, but then I had to go to the bathroom. So I got up and I noticed that our extra bedroom, we're in the process of cleaning it so that I can move my office back into the room. And I noticed that blood all over the carpet, right? And so Tyrone normally goes into that room to get dressed so he doesn't disturb me, even though he's loud and he always disturbs me. But nevertheless, let's go back to the topic. So that's normally where they are once he wakes up, and before he leaves back out, she's usually in the room with him. And I get up and I noticed that, because he left the light on, and that was the first thing that I seen when I got up, is all the blood on the carpet, because at that point she was on her bed. And so her bed is right outside my bedroom door. And then she was on the bed, and I didn't notice at that point that her sheet on her couch, I put a sheet on her couch, and I take it off once a week, and I change it. It was bloody. Blood all over the floor, a trail of blood from outside my bedroom door to the front door to the entrance of the kitchen, because she normally doesn't go in the kitchen, because if I'm in the kitchen cooking, she won't come in the kitchen, so she knows not to go in the kitchen. But she was following Tyrone around, so there was a trail of blood everywhere. So when I got up, of course, I'm panicking. And so still, I'm waiting until 8 o'clock, because the vet doesn't open up until 8. And she won't let me look at her paw. She won't let me touch it. Like, every time I try to get close to her, she kind of gets out the way. Now, there's not many places in the house that she could hide. So I did corner her, but I still could not tell what was going on, other than her one leg, her coat was full of blood. And it's not stopping, right? So she did go to sleep, and she was asleep finally, and I dozed off somewhere between 6 and 8. So the alarm goes off. I call the doctor's office. I get her appointment and all of that. And then I get myself together, and some time has passed, and she is still asleep. So I know that she's not going to let me put the leash around her collar, attach it to her collar, because she doesn't want to get on that leg. So I get one of her blankets, and I pick her up and I wrap her up in the blanket. I open the car. I use the key fob and open the door. And so I go and put her in the car. Then I come back in to get my things because she's heavy and I couldn't carry everything. So I get her to the doctor's office, and I'm going to post a picture of what they took out of her paw. So actually it was her nail. Her nail had broken, and the little macaroni picture that I posted is her nail, and it has blood on it, so it's dark. It's her nail, and it had broken, and it was bleeding. So she was bleeding from her paw and where her nail is because she broke it. Now, remember, she is a 14-year-old Shih Tzu, and she cannot jump on or off the bed. And so at night, we wash her off, and after she's gone outside for the last time, we wipe her down and everything and spray her down, and she gets on the bed. But Monday night, I remember I heard her jump off the bed. Because Tyrone, because he gets up early, he goes to bed early. And I heard her jump off the bed. So I don't know if that's when she broke the nail, but she didn't start bleeding at that point. So maybe it curled up. I don't know what happened. But if I had to guess, I'm thinking that's probably when she hurt, when the nail broke maybe, or it was bending and it was on the verge of breaking. And so when she went outside Tuesday morning and walking on it, it must have cracked or something. So from talking with the vet, that's what we came up with. That's probably when it happened. And so she was bleeding. So he had to remove the nail. And when I say blood was all over the place when he removed that daggone nail, oh my God. And I was holding her. We had to put a muzzle on her because she was trying to bite us. She was in pain. So they gave her, they wrapped her up, wrapped her paw up, and said that she couldn't get it wet. And I said, oh my God. She goes outside to go to the bathroom. How is she not going to get it wet when it's been raining for the last 2 days? And it is actually raining now. And so they wrapped it up. They gave me the meds, and I wrapped her back up in the blanket, and we left. And when we came home, I guess she was so tired and exhausted and over the whole situation. I was trying to put something on her because I knew that, because normally when we take her anywhere, as soon as she comes home, she goes to the bathroom before she comes in the house. But because I had to carry her from the car to the house, she wasn't able to do that. So this had been hours that she had not gone to the bathroom. So I'm like, I got to figure something out. So I got a sandwich bag and I got a sock. I had a brand new sock because I had a sock drive some years ago for children when I was working with the school bus company. And so I had some little girl socks, little boy socks. So I said, well, I'm going to put a sandwich bag over the dressing that they had did at the vet, and I'm going to put a sock on it. But I guess because she was over it and still in pain, she wouldn't allow me to do it. So she went to sleep, and she slept for hours. And then when Tyrone came home, he was able to put a poop bag, and I'll show you a picture of where he put the, where the poop bag is over her dressing. And so I was able to allow her to go outside, and she's been going outside to go to the bathroom. She is still hopping on it and dragging it a little bit because I guess it's still kind of sore and tender. But yeah, that was my little panic mode, because she is our baby and she is getting older, and she does have to go back, because not only did they have to take the nail out, but I wanted them to check her ears. And when they checked her ears, inside her canal, she had dried up blood in in one ear, but she had all this gunk that they pulled out of her ear. And when we wash her, she won't let us wash her ears. We have to be very gentle. And I don't know what happens. I guess I've never asked them at the groomer where she goes if they're able to clean her ears, and probably not, because she doesn't let us get to her ears. So I'm sure she didn't let them. But the doctor got all the gunk that was in both her ears, and she had an ear infection, of course, in both her ears. So that may be one of the reasons. And she has had ear infections pretty much every year for some reason. And I don't know if her breed, I've never read that her breed was prone for ear infections. But she always has ear infection because she has allergies very bad. And so she had an experience at the vet, and I was in panic mode because she kept bleeding, and I didn't know how to stop it, what was going on. And so now I know. And her dressing, they said we can take it off tomorrow. And if we have an issue with taking it off, that we could bring her back and they would remove it for us. However, Tyrone will probably take it off tomorrow once he get home, because she's not biting me. And if it isn't hurting, I don't think she'll be as violent as she was yesterday. But I'm not taking any chances, so it'll come off tomorrow evening. Once he gets off work, it won't be tomorrow morning. But yeah, I just had to share that with you guys because it scared me, because I didn't know what was going on. And if you know me, you know she's my baby. My child is almost 40. And my grandchildren are teenagers, and they don't want to deal with me. So she's my baby and has been for 14 years, and she's spoiled. So she still has to go back to the vet because she was having an issue with another nipple. She's had one of her nipples removed because she had a cyst in her nipple, and it had gotten really big, and it was a big ball like this, and it was hanging from her underbody, and they had to remove it. So this nipple is red and it's hanging a little bit, but it's not a ball. It's still nipple form. It's still identifiable as a nipple, but they noticed that something was going on with her nipple. So I have to take her back. So she's due to get her shots anyway next month. Well, she's due this month, I think. But because she was in so much trauma with this nail, I made an appointment to take her back to get heartworms and the shot for, when they're around other dogs. No, she doesn't have to get the Bortella. that's when you're around other dogs. She has to get the other shot, just in case, you know, if she steps in a puddle of water, or because we have foxes and different things around here, and she gets in anything in the yard, so she won't get sick. So she does have to have that and the heartworms. And then I'll have them check out her eyes, because they said they could see a little cataracts in her eyes, and have her nipple checked. Because I didn't want to do all of that, because it was just too much for her, and she was in a lot of pain. And when I say she was violent yesterday, she was very violent, because she broke I had my initial, the P, around my neck, and along with my princess necklace, and she broke that necklace. She pulled my earring out of my ear. Luckily it didn't tear my hole, but she was very violent, and so that was my little scare from yesterday. And I can breathe today. And I was tired. She was tired. I was tired. Like, Mercedes is normally no more than, she fluctuates from 13 to 16 pounds, right? 16 is her highest, and every time I take her to the vet, he tells me, get her down to 13 pounds. She shouldn't be 16 pounds. And now she's 19. So we're going to have to work on that. I don't know what, I mean, she only eats twice a day, but she's greedy like any other dog. When they see you eating, they want to eat what you're eating. And I don't give her table food. I don't give her my food. Tyrone does. But I stick to my guns. So she has gotten to the point, she doesn't come around me when I'm eating, because she knows I'm not going to give her anything. But yesterday I did give her, I was eating chicken, and I did give her some chicken, because she was looking so sad, and she had a little paw. She was on 3 legs, and she had a little paw up a little bit. So I did give her chicken. But yeah, she's got to go on a diet like her mommy. We both have to lose weight. So yeah, that was my fright for yesterday. It scared me, and I remember when she was younger, she was playing with the kids, and she got my youngest grandson had pulled out one of the folding, like the lawn chairs that you lay out on the beach, and he had that in the house. I think we had just purchased it for outside or for the beach, and he had the chair, and Mercedes was in the chair with him, and her foot got stuck in like the part that folds up, and she was screaming. She screaming, I was screaming, and Tyrone just came and pulled her foot out, her paw out, I'm sorry. And so those kind of things scare me. And yeah, I am not that person to be around when there is blood. Something that I think is going to be really hurtful. I don't think fast on my feet when it comes to that. Now, I think fast on my feet for a whole lot of things that has anything to do with management. But when it comes to someone getting hurt, or I think they're hurt, or blood, or pus, or anything like that that has anything to do with screaming, crying, or anything like that, I'm not that one. I am not that one. But anyway, I'm not holding you too long. I just wanted to give you guys a view of my day yesterday because it was very hectic. And she is better now. Actually, she is asleep because I hear her bed is like cat a corner. And I can hear her snoring. So that's a good sign. All right, for now. Bye.